YouTube, what's good? My apologies about the post not being up yesterday. There was two issues. One, I had an exam, like a proctored exam that I had to write. Took about 2.5 hours to do, and it was something that I need to do for like a job application, so I just couldn't skip it. And then the second thing was um, my knee was kind of bugging me yesterday, and I don't know what was going on. It like normally I don't have any pain. I'm pretty pain free, thankfully. But I don't know what. Honestly, I have no idea what set it off. Never really had a type of pain like this before. However, um, through hockey and being a goalie, I've learned a lot about mobility and injury prevention. And huge shout out to that guy, knees over toes guy. If you haven't checked him out and you guys have like knee pain, or I think he does low back as well, not entirely sure, but that guy's a great source of knowledge if you guys have like lingering pain in your knees or whatever. I found him in 2020, and he was the one that got me doing the heel elevated squats, which really helps your knees, ankles, and hips. And he got me doing those hip flexor raises and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the ATG split squat, that one's golden. I love doing that, especially on a leg day like today. That is like, I add a little bit into it so you can get a hamstring stretch in there as well. But he's a great source of knowledge if you guys have any sort of pain in your knee area. Because my philosophy is try to train your way out of the pain. Never push through pain. Don't get that twisted. I believe that you got to strengthen the muscles around the area. And sometimes it's not even the muscle that hurts that's the reason or the cause of your pain. Like a lot of the times, you could have low back problems, but it's because your hamstrings are weak and it's pulling on your low back for that support, especially when you're doing squats or something like that. If your hip flexors are uneven and they're weak, a lot of the times you can feel pain in your low back because your back is like arched, kind of like an Instagram model. It's like that the arch back where they're trying to get a picture of their ass in a mirror. A lot of you guys walk around, it's called anterior pelvic tilt. And I know from like firsthand that the way that, I don't want to say naturally, but I guess the way that I just position my pelvis or position my low back or whatever, I kind of do that on like a regular basis, and that's something that I'm trying to like work and overcome just by like laying on the floor, like a wooden floor, put a yoga mat so I'm not like in pain while doing it, pain from just lying on the floor. But also doing like specific uh, ab workouts so that I'm contracting my abs and making sure that I'm not pushing through my low back first. Those are huge. But today I'm going to be doing a lot of, I'm not going to be going super heavy just because I don't want this injury to be something that comes or stays long term. So I'm going to be doing a lot of prehab so that I don't have to do any rehab. And this will probably be a good day for you guys if you guys have any like injuries or anything like that, to follow along with and maybe take some exercises or routines. so that hopefully it'll kind of mitigate the pain and you don't have to go to see a doctor and get like surgery or something like that. Because yeah, surgery does work, but the way I see it is it's like a last resort. Like if you've tried everything, like you've done all the exercises, you went to rehab, you've done all this stuff, and for whatever reason it's just the pain is just still there, then I would say go for it. But I want you guys to give your body a chance to be able to heal naturally. So with that being said, just kind of take stuff. You don't have to do everything that I do, but just kind of look, see, and then pick out certain pieces of my workout that would fit kind of your needs. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to address was there was a couple comments, and they were like, bro, you're not a bodybuilder, you should gain more weight then start making videos. And you know what, I can understand the point. However, my perspective on the whole thing is that I want to film the journey. I want you guys, and myself more importantly, I want to see the progression over time and be like, okay, well, when I started I was right here, fast forward however much time in the future, and now I'm here. And I would like to see the gradual progression over time and be able to say, okay, well, I've come a long way. I feel proud of what I've done. I've never once said that I'm the biggest or the strongest guy. I've never once said that. I've actually said multiple times that this is like the weight that I'm doing is relatively heavy for what I can do. Not saying that it's the heaviest out there. I'm sure you can squat or bench or do whatever way heavier than I can. My whole goal with bodybuilding is not to lift the most amount of weight possible. Yes, I will do it from time to time, but the goal as a bodybuilder is to contract your muscles and feel them all the way through the exercise. Put your mind in the muscle and make sure that through the entire portion of the rep, you have that contraction and you're stimulating the muscle. It's not always about lifting the heaviest weight. I do believe in variety. I do believe that there's times where you should lift really heavy and there's times that you shouldn't. But the main goal of a bodybuilder is not to lift the heaviest amount of weight that you possibly can. If that's your main goal, that's fine. But when you stand on stage, it's not a strongman competition. It's an aesthetic competition. And that's the one difference, is like when you stand on stage, no judge in the history of judges has ever asked, how much can this guy bench? It's all, his chest looks good, his upper chest looks good, side chest could use some improvement, whatever it is. So when you see people that are working out and they're becoming a bodybuilder, they're on their journey, you got to understand that it's a long-term goal, and you don't have to be the strongest or the biggest guy in the room right now. However, you take a guy that's dedicated and motivated, you give him time, he might just end up becoming that guy. So don't ever downplay somebody just because they're not where they say they want to be right now. because you never know. They could end up just doing it. So, with that being said, let's go kill this fucking leg workout. I'll catch you guys in there.
Gonna film this in 0.5 for a second. Yo, if you guys are trying to like rehab something or prehab it, throw your fucking ego out the door, to be honest. Literally just do like a quarter of like what you can do. Make sure it's as slow as fucking possible and as controlled as possible. Cause like, you don't want that shit to linger. You don't want it to be like a future problem. So everything I'm doing right now is just 4 seconds down, 4 seconds up. All right, we're gonna be doing 0.5 for these next couple of sets just because the turf is kind of busy. Can't put the tripod for the back. But this one, it's called the Peterson Step Up. Make sure, honestly, if you've never done it before, I'd recommend doing a Smith machine first, just because like it's a stable bar path. They're not going to go anywhere. If I was smarter, I'd be doing it there, but I guess I'm not. But basically, you'll see it in a second here. Make sure that this one's like as controlled as possible, because it's pretty easy to fall over on this one. A lot of the times when people are like rehabbing or prehabbing, mainly rehabbing an injury, they get too excited and they think that it's healed up and they feel way better. So they just fucking jump into an exercise, increase the weight. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. Like, it's honestly like terrible for you because your muscles and your ligaments and your tendons are not fully healed. Mainly it's your tendons and your ligaments. They probably haven't caught up to your muscles. It takes a little while to get like synovial fluid through the joints so that you can actually heal up. But take your time. Don't fucking rush it. If you're doing something like for me right now, I'm doing 2 legs instead of my one, just because I want to have that second leg support my how to leg throughout the exercise. Don't worry about it. You're all good. I want to have that second leg support the first leg throughout the exercise. And you'll notice when you're rehabbing something, or even prehabbing, if your muscles are weak, they'll shake like uncontrollably. That's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Your muscles are like stressed, central nervous system is freaking out because you're not strong in that position. And by having that muscle freak out, you know you're on the right track. But as long as you don't push yourself too hard. So let's get through this. All good. Don't worry about it. Even though this is the antagonist, meaning the muscle that doesn't contract when I feel the pain, it's still important to do the antagonist as well, especially do it nice controlled because strengthening the back of your knee is also important for overall knee strength. So don't rush through it.